Time of death was approximately 6:30 a.m. And get them out of here.
Yeah, we said hi to each other. And we had a conversation. Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening to me.
Please go.
Fine, fine, thank you.
Do you know what
I feel sick. I feel so sick.
About an hour ago. 24 hours? Are you fucking crazy? No, I'm telling you, something has happened to him. This is not like him.
Found it.
Who's this?
This is Lily Tarver. I'm calling my husband Jeremy.
There's just a few things I'd like to go over. Jeremy's body was found at 6:45 a.m. and we believe the time of death was right before then, at approximately 6:30 a.m. Jeremy suffered severe head trauma. Mrs. Tarver, this isn't going to be easy to hear, but Jeremy was also posthumously castrated.
Excuse me?
Is there anyone other than yourself that would know when Jeremy went jogging, what time this morning?
Yeah, probably everybody. He ran every morning.
Did he have any enemies that you can think of? Any recent arguments with anybody? Anybody threatened to harm him?
No. Oh, Jeremy was married to his research and me.
One other thing. He works for a company, Igen Electronics.
Yes, they have a contract with JPL.
Do you have any idea what he was working on?
I don't know. Some new communication device, I think.
Okay. Well, that was very helpful. Thank you.
The police are gonna, they're gonna catch the psychopath asshole who did this. I know it. This is crazy, right?
It's really sad. Besides, everything.
What? He tried to call me.
Right before it happened, I think. But he didn't leave a message. I just got a missed call. And I just keep wishing so hard that he had so I could hear his voice.
Oh, sweetie. Okay. Well, there's two.
What?
There's two missed calls from Jeremy.
That can't be right.
Well, maybe you just remember it wrong. When's the last time you checked your phone?
This morning.
Well, a lot has happened since then, so maybe you just don't remember it right. See, look. The first missed call is at 6:29 a.m. and second missed call is at 7:01 a.m.
It has to be wrong.
Why?
The police said Jeremy died at 6:30 and his body was found at 6:45.
Well, it was a beautiful service, you know? And you did so good. I love that you told that story about Jeremy, how he almost burned the house down on your first date. I remember that.
Remember when we dragged you to Big Bear?
Oh.
And he almost burned that rental?
Yeah.
And then he took that cooking course.
Well, yeah, because he wanted to make you happy. And he did, right? He made you happy.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go. You okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. I'll call you later.
Okay. Who is that?
Who?
You didn't see her?
No. Oh, but don't worry, okay? Because, you know, funerals, people just come out of the woodwork.
Hey, Lily, just if you want, I can pack up Jeremy's laptop and his other personal belongings and bring them over here.
That'd be great. Thanks.
You know, I should probably check out some of this stuff here, just in case there are any details that pertain to the project.
His office is a bit of a mess right now.
Yeah, no
so-
hurry, no hurry. Don't worry. Do the police think that it was someone he knew, or it's just absurd? Seems like a freak killing to me. I mean, who would want Jeremy dead?
Okay, you know what? Now is not the time to try to solve the case.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, we were just talking.
Right.
Hey,
Okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll walk you out.
Yeah.
Something new? A suspect?
There is something. 2 years ago, we found the bodies of a couple, Claire and Richard Fauner, in one of the more secluded Griffith Park trails. A similar MO to Jeremy's, with severe head trauma and post-mortem removal genitalia. And we also found this. It's Sanskrit. It means continuous flow. The repeating cycle of life, death, rebirth.
You didn't mention there was anything like this on Jeremy's body.
Well, we didn't understand what it meant at the time.
Jeremy was attacked by a serial killer.
Claire and Richard Fauner were, well, known to be swingers. The MO is so similar. I need to know if you and Jeremy...
Jeremy and I were in a strictly monogamous relationship. And we had a very nice, normal sex life.
All right. Thank you. I can see myself out. Thanks for the coffee.
Hello? Who is this? No.
Do you know how easy it is to fake call you from Jeremy's number? It's like, you know, like hacking 101. Like, I'm sure like anybody with a laptop can do it. Like Skype, you just pick out a number that you want to call with. Or maybe the phone company just already reassigned it.
That seems really unlikely. I mean, who would be so cruel to do this to me?
Well, what about Jeremy's ex-wife?
Never met her.
Exactly. You know, maybe she's the one with the sick sense of humor.
I don't know. It just didn't feel like a prank call.
Well, what did it feel like?
Like Jeremy.
Yeah, because that's what you want it to be. Sweetie, just do me a favor, okay? Before you pull out the Ouija boards and before you light this whole house up with candles, can you just call the phone company and check it out? Okay? Oh, and hey, you know, next month we're having a group showing at the gallery. Maybe you could submit something.
I haven't felt like painting.
I know. I thought it would help you.
You might be right. I should try.
Yeah. Aw. Here, honey, I want you to take some tea. You're gonna be okay. Yeah. Gonna be okay.
Gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call that phone company.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. Are you there?
No, I have been on hold forever.
Yeah, I wish I could help you, but there's nothing we can
Yes, I closed his account August 21st.
Yeah, well, we've looked, and there's...
No, I know it's closed and it shouldn't be working, but can you think of any reason why it might be?
Ma'am, this is not my department. I'd have to send it...
No.
Can you understand? I have to talk to the tech...
Yeah, well, somebody is calling me from his number.
Ma'am, you're talking to the wrong person here.
Yes, from his number.
Can you please hold?
Fine, I will hold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been no calls, ma'am.
So you're saying that no calls have been made from his number since August 21st?
There's been no calls, ma'am.
You're sure?
Let me give you a case number, and we can talk a little later.
No, I don't need a case number.
86
Fine.
J0490 K
Huh.
L J6.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sorry, ma'am. There's nothing we can do.
thank you.
Okay. Dennis Faxon. Voices from the Beyond by telephone. The results of a 2-year investigation into a previously unexplored paranormal paraphysical phenomenon. It is my plan to continue researching anomalous telephone experiences and build awareness of this neglected Dennis. Perfect.
Lily Tarver?
Yes, and you're Dennis.
Faxon. So, I know who you are. You know who I am. I know what you think is happening to you. What can I do
What do you
for
mean what I think is happening to me? I mean, one of those cases you've written about.
No, you think you're one of those cases.
I don't think. I know. You wrote about people having actual conversations with someone who turned out to be deceased.
The people on the receiving end didn't know the person they were talking to was dead. You knew.
Okay, but you also wrote that these calls were sometimes messages or warnings from the beyond, and
I get people like you every once in a while. And trust me, 99% of the time, it's either a dream, a hallucination, or a hoax.
wow. You really are an asshole. I imagine it must be difficult researching something so rare. You know, I bet you started out all wide-eyed and hopeful, and then came one disappointment after the next, and suddenly, one day you find yourself a little bitter and resentful. So you start acting like a jerk. Because then at least you get to be the one doing the disappointing.
Okay, let me recap this for you. Since the invention of the telephone until the present day, there have been a total of 50 cases worldwide. That's about 100 years of humanity making phone calls. Billions, trillions of phone calls, text messages, voicemails. I don't even know. 50? Next to that? 50? It's nothing. It's a drop in the ocean. Mrs. Tarver, hold on. All I'm saying is that given the nature in which the way your husband died, you may want to consider that whoever or whatever it is could be coming for you next. And one more thing. You've called the phone company, but do you have your husband's cell phone?
No. It's still in evidence.
Here. Write down any information you might have. The lead detective's name, station, or else you can think of.
What, are you gonna steal it?
I'm glad I give you that impression. And down the line, any kind of concrete proof that you might have that these phone calls are actually happening in your, I'm sure, very vivid imagination. That would help, too, okay? It's been a pleasure.
Oh. Here's an app. A recorder app. Records live phone calls. Got it.
Mrs. Tarver, this is Detective Becker. Are you by any chance by your computer? I just emailed you something I'd like you to take a look at. There's a photo in the file.
Who's the guy in the photo?
That's Rutger Stanton. He works in real estate.
Did he know Jeremy?
He was very well acquainted with the previous two victims. I thought maybe it was worth a shot.
And did he admit to being very well acquainted with my husband? That's impossible. He's lying.
It's possible he's not.
I mean, are you just gonna wait for the next body to show up? Will that move your investigation along further?
I know it's frustrating, but...
Thank you, Detective. Jeremy's phone. Oh, Dennis, you're good.
No service available. That's what I thought. Time Warner. America. Work, huh?
I don't think there are any other personal belongings, but whatever Gus found, I told him to pack up for you.
Thanks for bringing it over.
Yeah. Of course. We were so close. Only a few more weeks and he would have seen the first prototype. If it works, NASA will be the first in line.
That's great.
Yeah.
He didn't really tell me all the details. It's a quantum communicator?
Cryptography, yeah. I won't bore you with all the details, but we use quantum properties of light particles to secure cyber communication, and so far that's only been successful with distances over 100 miles or so. We're looking at space.
Big.
Yeah.
Space.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, I guess if anyone could figure out how to communicate through the ether, it would have been Jeremy.
For sure, yeah. You know, I heard that he put your name on the patent as a sort of life insurance.
Really?
Yeah, I'd look into that.
I will. Do you mind if... I'd like to go through this on my own.
Yeah, of course. If you need anything else, just give me a call again.
I will.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
We got disconnected.
Who are you?
You called me. I thought you'd know.
I do kind of know.
You're new to this.
Yeah.
Who put you in touch with us?
Claire.
That must have been a long time ago. You know she passed on.
I know. It was a while ago. I never could quite get the courage up to actually call.
Why now?
I don't know. I'm alone now. I could use some human contact. I'm really quite lost.
You don't have to feel that way. Come by Saturday night, 8 o'clock. 119 Ridgeway Road. It's in,
Sherman Oaks.
yes.
Should I bring anything?
Vaseline, your favorite whip, anything latex. I'm kidding. Really kidding. Just bring yourself.
Okay, I will.
I'm looking forward to meeting you.
Me too.
Jeremy. Jeremy, is that you? Whoever you are, I'm tracking you, and I'm gonna make you pay for this. This isn't funny anymore. And Jeremy, if this is really you, then fuck you, you piece of shit. I don't know who you are, or were, and I don't know what you're trying to tell me. But I don't ever want to talk to you ever again. Just fuck you.
Hi.
Wow.
Welcome to the Love Nest of Decadence.
You're beautiful. Thank you.
Love the wig.
We spoke on the phone. I'm Roger Stantz.
I'm Danielle Smith.
You seem nervous.
That's because I am.
You don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
I don't really see anybody doing much of anything.
It's early, and we're in the wrong section of the house. Angel, this is Danielle.
Pleasure to meet you.
If you'll excuse me.
Are you married?
I was. I'm with Rutger now.
Your husband? Did he ever approve? So, how do we get started?
There's an initiation when you're ready.
Should I have brought my checkbook?
Not that kind.
It's a spiritual kind. We like to see things as a opportunity for rebirth.
But I'm agnostic.
It has nothing to do with religion, although I am partial to the Buddhist philosophy. No, we cater to people's base needs, who we really are. If you'll follow us. Your body needs acknowledgement, just like your mind. You nourish your mind with literature, music, or art. You have to nourish your instincts, too.
What about love? It's all about love.
He did this. He fucked you, didn't he? I can't do this. I don't ever want to talk to you ever again. Fuck you. What do you think?
Remind me to never get on your bad side.
Do you think it's a hoax?
I'm not sure. You know, a lot of early research into this phenomenon had to be taken at face value. There was one other case that was similar to yours that I was privy to myself, and that person didn't have your ingenuity. They used a camcorder. No connection between the two apparatus meant nobody could track the signal, and the recording itself was rather weak. Of the cases that seemed legitimate, at best, the person on the receiving end usually described great winds that seemed like they were coming from a very far, distant place.
That's exactly how I would describe this.
Oh, I would too.
You thought I was a fraud.
I thought you were a hysterical broad with a very eccentric coping mechanism.
So how long does this usually go on for?
Well, it really depends. There was one woman who reported to talk to her deceased friend for about a year.
Is there any other way for him to get in contact with me?
Well, it seems the phone is his device of choice. Of course, there's many other avenues. You could put the television on the static black and white channels, like the little girl in Poltergeist. It's always a fan favorite. Ouija, otherwise known as the spirit board. Recording electronic voice phenomena. Whatever you feel comfortable with.
Okay. So what's next?
I'll track the origin of the call. And for now, just try to take note of how long the phone call is, at what time of day. There's 2 reasons why the deceased would want to resume contact. Comfort and regret. With the unusual passing of your husband, there could be a third.
Which is?
Revenge. You paint?
Yeah.
You mind if I take a look? These are incredible. Where'd you study?
I didn't. I just sort of learned on my own.
What's next?
Good question. Just not really feeling it these days.
Of course.
Jeremy always cheered me on, but now that he's gone, I don't know anymore.
Well, I don't know shit about art, but these are pretty amazing.
Thank you.
What did you forget?
What are you doing here?
You didn't think the wig fooled anybody, did you? I thought we could talk.
About what?
About Jeremy and you.
You're his ex-wife.
He didn't tell you anything about me, did he?
No, nothing actually.
And you never asked?
It was never an issue.
Can I come in? Thank you. Cute place. So cozy.
You wanted to talk. Talk.
I'm sorry about the other night. I forget how it might feel for someone new. It must have been so shocking.
I'm not a prude.
I didn't think you were.
I guess it was shocking. I mean, I haven't kissed anybody but Jeremy in over 6 years.
That's terrible. You must be angry.
Why did he keep going? What did he get out of it?
We were only married for a year. It was an intense year. But ultimately, we had very different ideas of marriage. Sex was another story. He kept going because it was a safe place to experiment. For Rutger, the act is more about connectivity, reaching for a higher state of consciousness. Not just for the kicks.
Why couldn't I be enough?
It's not that you weren't enough. Jeremy put you on a pedestal. You were to be untouched and unharmed by the rest of us. He couldn't imagine you with anybody else. Could you?
Wow. That's really fucking hypocritical of him.
He talked about you all the time. We were dying to meet you.
What do you want?
I want you to come back.
I don't think I'm that kind of person.
Everybody says that until they do something that they never thought they could. You're going through this all alone. We can be there for you. If not sexually, emotionally. We are always there for Jeremy. We can be the same for you.
I'm not alone.
I hope that you change your mind.
Nothing at all.
Everybody checks out. Solid alibis, no motives, not even rumors. But you did know that man whose picture I sent you.
He's dating my husband's ex-wife.
We weren't aware of the personal connection. I didn't know you were in touch with him.
I'm not. I just know.
Mrs. Tarver, even though everybody checks out, I might be putting yourself in serious danger. It's very possible that somebody outside the group is targeting them. Either way, it's not a good idea to get involved.
I know. Thank you for the update. Jeremy.
What are you trying to tell me? You trying to drive me crazy? Are you trying to warn me? Should I go back to Rutger's house? Jeremy, it's the only lead left. Are you jealous? Jeremy? Jeremy? Baby.
You're looking pretty good.
Thanks, I'm feeling better.
Thank you. So, I verified the connection. And it's definitely not coming from a traceable source. It doesn't have a base station. In layman's terms, it's not coming from anything earthly.
Really?
You feeling scientifically vindicated yet?
A little bit.
This whole thing is incredible. I might have to write a book about you.
Oh, really?
But then again, I have to spend a lot more time with you. You know, get to know your backstory and all.
Right.
I love chai.
So glad you can make it. Drink?
Thank you.
It's perfect timing. Tonight is Nikita and Victor's initiation night.
So what happens?
You sacrifice a virgin? Come.
Victor, Nikita, we're happy to have you in our midst. During our lives, we go through several stages of existence. You are in samsara, a continuous flow of life, death, and rebirth. By joining this family, you become part of a greater spiritual consciousness. Are you ready to be born anew? To start this day, a new journey with this family?
Yes.
Yeah.
We welcome you. You are no longer mere seekers, but dedicants.
How are you doing?
Okay.
You said you got a phone call? Some kind of warning that woke you up?
Yes. What's that?
This is a very sophisticated cell phone blocker. A modern day equivalent of cutting wires. No calls could have been made or received from any cell phones in this house.
I guess not.
Maybe it was just an alarm.
I came as soon as I could. You okay?
Yeah. I'll be okay. This is Detective Becker.
Hi. I'm Dennis.
He's a friend.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too. I'm impressed. The phones were unplugged. I mean, there's no explanation to this. Once again, I'm at a loss. You're painting again?
Trying to. Yeah.
It's good. I mean, you're talented, so. I don't think there's any good way of asking you or a good time, but do you want to go for a bite to eat? Or a coffee or something?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like that. I mean, and I gotta eat, right?
It's good. It's good to have to eat. I hear it's good for you.
Parker fell into a coma this morning.
Did he say anything?
There was a bit of a patent dispute over the quantum cryptography communications project, with you as the beneficiary. Parker believed that he was also entitled to at least half of the ownership. And he and your husband had been heard and seen arguing about it for months.
But why did he break into the house?
He thought it was here at home, and that you would finally find it and file it on Jeremy's behalf, unwittingly cutting Parker out altogether.
Do you think he had anything to do with Jeremy's death?
He had the motive and no alibi.
But what about the markings, the castration?
Parker was close enough to Jeremy to possibly know about his extramarital activities. That and how some of the members of the swingers group were killed in the past.
Just sounds a bit extreme to go through all of that for a patent.
A communications contract worth billions and billions of dollars. People have killed for a lot less. I think as far as Jeremy's concerned, we found our man.
Jeremy. Jeremy, the police caught Parker. You know how much I miss you. But I have to move on. All those secrets you kept from me. I know you did it to protect me. I wish we could have been honest about everything. But I'm starting to understand why you did what you did.
Are you ready to be born anew? To live this day, your new journey with this family?
Yes.
Then we welcome you. You're no longer a mere seeker, but a dedicant.
Orgasmic.
Short, fleeting, and not worth the effort.
Doesn't have to be.
You must be relieved, huh? Now that they caught Parker.
He's still in a coma.
Do they know if he'll make it?
No idea.
Can I ask you something? How was it burying the cell phones?
It wasn't easy. I mean, part of me wanted to hang on to it, but I knew it was the right thing to do.
Yeah. And the patent?
The lawyers are finalizing. NASA picked it up. It looks like a lot of money. And, you know, now I can put this all behind me and move on with my life.
I'm so proud of you.
Well, it's been a process.
Are you seeing anybody?
Sort of.
Sort of. Come on, that's all you're gonna say?
Okay. I know it's soon.
Yeah.
His name is Dennis. We're actually going on our first date tonight. And I have to change, but I have something for you. Hold on.
Oh. Okay. Oh. Wow, you did this.
Yeah, I know it's different.
Yeah, it's not, you know, how you usually, but it's, I mean, Lil, this is quite a statement.
It's intense. I know. But I think it'll look really good in the gallery.
Right. I'm gonna find a really safe place for it. It's the new you, huh?
It's the new me.
Okay. Wow.
Closure.
Well, that was nice.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Yeah, so did I.
Maybe we can do it again sometime.
I'd like that. Well,
Well,
I'll see you soon.
see you soon.
I thought you should know Parker White died this afternoon.
I'm sorry.
There's been another homicide. Her name was Nikita Washington.
Nikita?
Do you know her?
How did she die?
The same MO as Jeremy, only this time nobody interrupted. How exactly did you know her?
I don't. Just the name.
Please be safe.
Yes, I will. Thank you, Detective.
Poor Nikita.
Someone's targeting us.
What do you mean?
Don't you see? Jeremy, Nikita, Richard, and Claire? He removes their sexual organs. He makes fun of your philosophy by carving it into their skin. All of the victims have been part of this group. If it's not someone within the group, it's someone watching us.
I'm not going to change who I am because someone's trying to scare us back into an age of Victorian repression.
Maybe we could not meet for a while and let the police handle things.
Not meet. I don't know what that's going to accomplish if he already knows who we are.
We can't act out of fear. I'm sorry I was eavesdropping.
Someone is targeting the members of this group. I think acting out of fear is a pretty smart idea.
But Angel's right. Until we catch this son of a bitch, we're nowhere safer alone than we are together.
I'm sorry. I can't come back.
Maybe this isn't about you. Maybe it's about someone else you care about. Not very hard to figure out.
No, I came here to warn you. It's too dangerous. I can't. I want you to know that I did have a really good time. And I see why Jeremy couldn't stay away.
I was hoping we were more than a really good time. Maybe a family.
You were.
I'm glad to hear that.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna miss you a lot.
Me too.
Tree.
Let's see, can you?
I can't see anything.
All right, all right.
Oh. Dr. Dennis Friedman. Who would have thought you were capable of such grand gestures?
I surprise myself sometimes.
It's lovely.
You're lovely. No, you didn't.
I totally did. I stared at that screen for like an hour. I mean, one more minute and I probably in it and I would have been spectating.
Well, it's a great movie, isn't it? I can't believe you listened to me.
I always listen to you. Look, there's There's something I need to tell you.
Okay.
It's just something I did for a little while, and I think you should know.
All right. Whatever it is, I'm fine with it, I'm sure. Bring it on.
Why are you people so hell-bent on making me do this? You're just like the rest of the repressed fucking people in this world. How do you find it so easy just to walk away from those that you gave your word to?
Is that why? Because they all wanted to leave?
Well, Nikita was weak. She just needed a call from her Catholic father to remind her of sin. Now, Jeremy, on the other hand, was a little different. See, he had a decade of devotion, and all of a sudden he wanted to start a family.
What? What are you talking about?
You agreed to have rebirth. We gave you rebirth. And now,